Sorry, beautiful ones, just admiring the old beautiful glow on my face. Want to find out how I got that? Stay tuned. I'm also be reviewing this luminizing liquid foundation that smells of pup. Stay tuned. Tell me why you wanna be on your own. Tell me why you wanna be on your own. Okay, beautiful ones. So this is the offending object. It's called Luminous Liquid Foundation, and it's by a company called In The Style. I got this from Body Care in Hereford. I think it was reduced from something like £7 to £2.98, I believe. This is in shade vanilla. I've just taken the plastic sleeve off, and it just says Luminous Liquid Foundation formulated with vitamin E is perfect for that lightweight all-day luminous glow. Apply with foundation brush or makeup, blah, blah, blah. We'll work it out, shall we, guys? This foundation stinks. It's just the most awful smelling foundation I've ever come across. Did I tell you it's in shade vanilla? If I didn't, I'm telling you again. So there. Can you see that? Does that say vanilla? Yeah, it does say vanilla, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's the shade, and there weren't that many shades in Body Care, possibly 4 or 5. So you're pretty limited anyway. And this was the nearest. This was as near as damn it to my relatively pale pink complexion. This is slightly too yellow, I think, guys, but it stinks. So. And I also got the concealer too, and this is called Liquid Concealer, and that's quite simply it. Sorry, shade vanilla again. It's one of those brands that actually matches concealers with foundation, so they look nothing alike, do they? Concealer looks about 3 or 4 shades lighter. I don't know why they do that, but some companies do. It doesn't say to shake it or anything, but I do like to give any foundation a quick shake, just for the sake of it. So I've just taken the lid off. It does come with a nice pump, and this is a solid glass bottle, really heavy as well. So, oh, it stinks. It's horrible. It's the one that I saw in the shop a few months ago was the one that alerted me to the fact that this could be a contender for the worst smelling foundation. There's a pump and a half there. The worst smelling foundation in the entire universe, and well, I think I'm about to prove to you that it possibly could be. So shall I just get this on this face of mine rather than sat here waffling? This is just an old paddle brush, and I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to change this foundation. Not change the smell, but change the colour, because it's way too yellow. Although on camera maybe it doesn't look quite so bad, so I like to start here when I paint on foundation. And just flip your brush over, because there's a reservoir of foundation on the other side. Work it into the forehead too. If you're going to put concealer on, which we'll try separately if that's okay, then it's a good idea to put it on before you put your foundation on, and then just glance the foundation around the concealer. Oh, it just stinks. I'm so sorry, guys. I've just got a sudden whiff of that pooey, fecally sort of smell. It's just awful. Oh, it's horrible. And I mean, I was thinking earlier about major downfalls of foundations that stink horribly. And the biggest one for me is just the fact that if you're going to use this on a daily basis, you're going to be feeling sick on a daily basis. So if you are particularly sensitive to shitty smells, which I am, and most people are, aren't they? I think most people don't appreciate the smell of, well, I won't keep going on about it. So that's one layer. It didn't say what sort of coverage it was or anything like that. I suppose it's more of a medium coverage. I haven't checked ingredients yet. I will do that now. Where's the packet? Here's the box. This foundation is a silicone based one. I've just checked the ingredients list. I think the silicone's a second or third in. So we can use this with water, which is my biggest tip for today, guys, and just basically for the rest of your lives. If you want your foundations to look amazing, there are a few things which I'll do today which you may not have thought of doing. Or if you're new to the channel, then you won't have seen, and you may have seen these tips on YouTube, but you won't see me doing them before, obviously, because you're new to the channel. What am I going on about? So just keep blending, guys. It smells just getting worse and worse and worse. I'm not a fan of fragranced makeup at all, although I think sometimes a masking scent is called for. Do you know what I mean, beautiful ones? And this is one of those times, so let's just have a look at that. Again, slightly too yellow, isn't it? Although, yeah, and it's dried really, really, really quickly. I noticed it when I was blending it on the back of my hand that it dried within about 30 seconds. So you haven't got that much leeway when you're applying this foundation. Links to everything I've used today will be in the description, as always. Oh dear. Oh, it stinks. Oh, why? Just why? Just why? Work it into the old stubble. I don't really know what I'm doing with this area of my face at the minute. I just got so bored with the whole beard sort of thing, so I clipped it right down. What's that? Oh, that's tea. Well, actually, we've got a huge mug of tea down here. You didn't need to know that. I get that, guys. But what was I talking about? Ah, that's right, stubble. I thought it went quite nice with the old salt and peppering, because there's remnants of the black dye on top of the white and grey hair. But what do you think? It just stinks in here now. Oh, I was talking about the foundation, wasn't I? In and it just for some reason it must have just. I don't think it had spoilt in the bottle, or that it just maybe some of the carrying or fixing agents had evaporated, but it just stank 10 times worse than this one does. And it's there's nothing else I can say about that. So let's carry on with this this foundation review, shall we? So what I like to do next is just to apply the set onto this side, because I've got a spot there. And there was another little one there, I think. Bloody buggers, aren't they? Horrible spots. If I'm coming back here a little bit, you can see how yellow it is now, can't you? We will fix that though in time. Yeah, so I'd just like to soak the brush just to see if, because soaking your brush with water, not damp but soaked, can sometimes alter the colour or the finish of the, definitely the finish, but certainly sometimes the colour too. So we're going for another pump and a half, shall we, of this lovely, delicious foundation. Is it glowing though? On the skin, it feels slightly hydrated. I've got nothing underneath my the foundation. Just get my jug of water. I hope you're all okay, beautiful guys. This is warm water, and I have a J cloth with me today. Very, very unusual circumstance, because normally I'm just blotting it on my shorts, aren't I? The brush, I mean. The brush, I mean, obviously. So that's sopping wet now. You can see that, can't you? And let's just go in and do what we did before. Work it into the brush. And just think of the back of your hand as a palette, guys. An artist's palette. So that's 3 pumps of foundation on both sides of my face. This side using just the brush, this side using a soaked brush. I just had a message, sorry. I've got quite a busy social media life. I've got a couple of groups on Facebook. One of them's got 11,000 members. I'll link them into the description if you want me to. And although this side is now, I'd like to say bone dry, it does feel slightly tacky, very, very cheap. This side feels drier than that side for some reason, and yet you can see my natural flush coming through there, can't you? You can see my skin, certainly. You can definitely see my skin. When I say my skin, I mean the texture, which looks okay. I'm not talking huge pores and so on and so forth. I'm just talking about, because there's nothing worse than that whole blanketed or masked look, is there? There's not, in my opinion. And so you can still see some of my skin texture here. Although I think that's not too bad, is it, guys? What are your thoughts? It's just a smell. It's just awful. Wasted another £3. No, I haven't. I don't know. Well, perhaps that's why they reduced the price of this malodorous foundation in the first place, because people just weren't buying it because it smells of caca. stranger things have happened, guys, haven't they? Not really the best application in the world, but Saturday morning, guys, isn't it? Had a day off yesterday, it was beautiful. And today's Saturday, obviously I'm not working. Yeah, so apart from my busy work life and days I do have off and days I'm working, blah, 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 what do you think to that? I am pretty pleased with this foundation, apart from the fact it stinks. That side just feels totally different from that side. This side feels really heavy and tacky and mask-like, and I don't know whether you can see any of that on my finger, but oh, it just honks. It's not even dissipating, it's just probably getting worse, I would say. Smelling a bit more like diarrhea now, as opposed to, yeah, okay, stop that now. But let's just have a final inspection before we move on to my other methods, or how I'm going to make this foundation work for us today. And it is this area of light here. That's my signature look. There's no highlighter on my face, there's no skincare, there's only the foundation, that's all that's on there. And you can see, can't you, how luminous and glowing, and just how healthy my skin looks. And it looks like there's nothing on this side of my face now, whereas this side, there's none of that. It's almost like what would you say, a C shape? There's none of that there, is there at all? Let's now fix the colour issues with this foundation, and I might even try using some other form of application method. Shall I do that? Why not? I better go and rinse this off now and possibly even wash my brush back soon. Right, beautiful ones, back from the bathroom, freshly cleansed, still a little bit spotty, but well, it doesn't matter. So what you'll need is your foundation and your purple lip gloss, because we're going to be changing the tone of this foundation considerably from yellow to a much more cooler, more of a match to my skin tone. There is a video on this channel about how to accomplish the whole thing. If I'm going too fast for you guys out there, which I should slow down a little bit, shouldn't I? So there's 2.5 pumps on there, because we're going to be doing the entire of my face, and we'll just put a couple of stripes of lip gloss on the back of my hand, and I think you'll be quite surprised at how much this technique works, or how well this technique works. So I'm just going to use my, this is a domed, quite a firm brush, but I'm not going to be applying it with that. I'm going to be using something totally different, but you'll see it in a minute. So just blend that lot together. It looks really, really purple at the minute, doesn't it? But it won't. Wow, look at that. Can you see how magical that is? I'm just blown away by this technique every single time. But it just takes that horrible yellowness away immediately and gives you a much more natural, peachy sort of tone, I would say, which is closely matching to my skin. Yeah, and the opposite obviously works. If your foundation is too cool, then you just go in with a lip gloss which has got yellowy to orangey tones, or yeah, okay, golden tones. But what to do with that now? Right, okay. So here I have one of those pointy beauty sponge. It's a powder puff, isn't it? Yeah, let's try and get it right. So just and it's soaking wet as well. So I'm just going to load up foundation off the back of the hand onto the puff, and because both lip gloss and foundation are silicone based, can you see there's quite a bit on there? We're going to have no issues with the whole blending of this foundation or application or whatever. I'm getting on my own nerves today. I do that quite frequently, start to really irritate myself. And we should have the same glow that we had on that side of the face. I love using this application technique, and you can use a bigger sponge if you want. I have 2 of these. I prefer to use a smaller one to get into the nooks and crevasses, or just crevices of your face. And this will just give you a very subtle wash of colour. eminently buildable. Let's have a look at that. Shall I go and get Madonna? I need Madonna back. Come on, Madge. Just a flap. It looks like there's nothing on the skin at the minute, although there's definitely a layer of, yeah, I can feel the foundation on there, guys. And just build that up. So shall I go in for another layer? Why not? Let me just let that layer dry first. Camera's about to go funny again. It's such a bloody awkward thing, it really is. And today, guys, it's like I'm living in the middle of a building site. Woke up first thing this morning and the workmen are just going mad outside. I don't know what the heck they're doing or what they think they're doing, but there's drilling, I think there may even be a tree surgeon out the back just chopping down trees willy-nilly. So we're going to go for another layer of that, aren't we? Let's lose loads of this stuff, shall we? I'm really getting used to the horrible smell now. You shouldn't have to though, guys, should you? Not if you're sensitive to smells of pup like myself. Who isn't though? Who isn't sensitive to that horrible, shitty smell, eh? Right, that should be plenty of that. So we just, where's my brush? Ah, right, it's down here. Better just blot him off. Same as we did before, guys. So just bring the foundation and mesh it with the lip gloss. So how is this technique? Yeah, I get that I just started a sentence with so. Shall I start that again? Right. Right, guys, how is this technique different than the one I've shown you before? Well, it's not really. The foundation is different. I can't remember which foundation I used before. I think I was going to say it wasn't a concealer. It was definitely a foundation. And I suppose the fact that I've soaked the powder puff is... I can't always be different, guys. Do you know what I mean? I might just try with this brush this time, just so you can see how much better the colour match actually is. This is using the purple lip gloss, and you could use a purple lipstick or a purple eyeshadow, as long as it's silicone based or matches the components of the foundation or the composition of the foundation. Then you'll be absolutely fine, guys. Let's work that into this old face of mine. It's funny because it doesn't smell so much now. Maybe it's because all I can smell is bleach at the minute. It's water in my eye. Yeah, all I can smell is bleach at the minute, but maybe I'm becoming a nerd to the smell of, well, you know, don't you? Of course you know, guys. That's what this whole tutorial is all about, what this review is all about, is the fact this foundation stinks. And I'm trying to make it work for us now, guys, and demonstrating it at the same simultaneously that no foundation is beyond rescuing. If just think outside the box a little bit. Do you know what I mean? If it looks a little bit too yellow, go and buy yourself a cheap purple lip gloss. If it's too pink, buy yourself a golden one. If it's too sheer, go and buy yourself a fuller coverage foundation. Not much help there really, am I? But there we go. So there, you can see the glow now, can't you? Just keep blending. Madonna, you're needed. She's on her way, bless her. She's getting old though, do you know what I mean? She can't come rushing like she did in the old days every time I beckon her. Click my fingers and Madonna comes running. No, I'm joking. Right, that's beautiful. Thanks, Madge. I think we're about dry. I'm the only YouTuber in the entire world who has Madonna personally fanning his foundation so that it dries quickly. Oh, I'm silly as well, aren't I? But hey, can you see that? And how much better does that look now, guys? Now we've added the lip gloss. And yet, skin just looks flawless, doesn't it? Eyebrows and whiskers, obviously, but they don't look quite so flawless, but they will do by the time we've done. Yeah, I was going to say, no, it's gone. What's up with this foundation? How come the fact that I'm using a brush, but I used a brush to apply it with first time? Maybe it's the fact that I use quite a lot of bleach on this brush. You shouldn't, I did, but Maybe the bleach is counteracting the smell of you know what, and I just can't smell it anymore. Or maybe I've just become nose blind. Possibly the latter, isn't it? Yeah. And because the foundation is pretty hydrating, it's got loads of vitamin E in it, and we are using, by virtue of the fact we are using water, it won't dry out too quickly on the back of the hand. Remember I said first off, didn't I, that it dries really quickly? Well, it's still pretty damp on the on the brush and on my face. So yeah, I'm really liking this foundation. Apart from the fact that it smells, but I will stop going on about the fact it stinks in a minute. It doesn't smell anymore anyway, as you've heard me say. Can you just see that beautiful glow I've given my face? I mean, money just can't buy that. It can't. That's not makeup. I've said that so many times already today, haven't I? That's not makeup. That is literally my skin with a very, very thin layer of foundation applied with a soaking brush. You saw me do that, guys, didn't you? I need to fix up eyebrows back in 2 shakes. What's up with the camera? Bloody thing. Wasn't able to remove all of the foundation from the eyebrows, and this, I imagine it lasts quite a long, long time, guys. So if you want that sort of beautiful glowing skin to last all day, then just do what I've done today, because it would come off much easier off my eyebrows had it was it not such a long wearing formulation. So I'm just going to put some blush on, and then we'll finish up for the today, and I'll review the concealer on a separate day, because I'm telling you, the smell, if that concealer smells of pup as well, then I might have to start thinking seriously about suing In the Style company for treacherously selling foundation which smells of, well, we know what it smells like, man. Stop going on. So just easy finger just to, oh, I use a satin coloured satin blood red lipstick there, guys, which is all I ever do use to colour my face. Just add a little bit of colour and dimension, put it back into the skin. You can use a brush to apply this with, or a sponge, or whatever. But using a lipstick, you won't have any of that, it won't remove any of that glow. Sometimes I even use a soaked brush to apply the lipstick in place of blush, and it just keeps the glow even more. Should we have an inspection, and then I ought to go, really, because I've got 1,001 things to do today on my very, very rare Saturday. It's not a rare Saturday off, what am I talking about? On my Saturday off, following my rare day off, which was yesterday. But so what do you reckon to that, guys? You can still see the old zit, can't you? That's because I'm using this new brilliant Éternité Wonder Serum. It's only 15 mils, guys, and it cost me £155 from Harvey Nichols online. It didn't. No, it so didn't, guys. It cost £1.98 from Poundland. I was in Poundland, Monmouth in Wales about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they just had racks and racks and racks of wonderful serums and creams, and I just didn't know what to buy. Have you ever been in a shop when you're like a kid in a sweet store and you just don't know what to do or where to go or which one to buy first? So in the end I got 4 of these, in fact, because they were £1.98 each. And it's got 8 peptides, 5% niacinamide and 1% hyaluronic acid in it. It's only 15 mils, so it's not the biggest serum in the world, although for £1.98 you'll soon get it up to 60 mils. Just buy 4. Under £10, it's mad, isn't it? And I have never had so many compliments about how good my skin looks. I just haven't. People at work constantly mistake me for an 18-year-old. They don't, guys, they don't. But David said to me the other day, my skin looks amazing. Someone else said, a friend of mine said how well I looked. And yeah, so it's just incredible, isn't it? You don't have to spend hundreds upon hundreds of pounds on makeup or skincare. Not these days, guys. There was a time, possibly 20 years ago, when there was a distinct difference between cheap-end and high-end foundations and skincare. Just simply because the bigger companies could invest more money in research and development, so on and so forth. These days, all of the technology is filtered down to these cheaper companies, and and things like peptides, which used to be really, really expensive. Vitamin C derivatives used to be really, really expensive. Even hyaluronic acid used to be pretty expensive. Nowadays, it's cheap as chips. And so you've got companies like Éternité. I hope I'm saying that right. Éternité making stuff like this wonder serum, and it is a wonderful serum as well. So I'll put a link to that into the description if I can find it. All that remains for me, beautiful ones, is to bid you all a very, very lovely Saturday. I've got to go food shopping now and tidy the house and put the wash on and all of those glamorous things one does on at the weekend. And that's it from me today, beautiful ones. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Similarly, if you feel like subscribing, then please do so. It helps the channel grow. Do remember, every video of mine is unsponsored. It's just a policy I have on the House of Joseph. I don't want to make any money out of any adverts or any sponsorships or anything. That I turn down literally every single offer of sponsorship, and I do get quite a few. So waffling now, better go, guys. Have a wonderful Saturday. Remember, I love you all very, very much. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.